Today, I can't. I feel like I'm not jamming.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all. This is who fits in the tantrum. Jarvis, what's the name of the song? We have the red noses on. What? I stole this from the commercial. I can make your
We're
hands
freaking
clap.
live. We're live.
I can make your hands clap. Y'all, I gotta take this nose off. I can't even function with this nose. I don't even know how you have your nose on, guys. You're watching the morning score. Your top of day fix. Jarvis, can you hear me? I feel really low. I can't really hear myself.
Low.
Oh, what's wrong? Oh, okay, right here. This one. Let's see. Is this better? Ah, you're watching the morning score. Your top of day fix for professional and college sports and for gaming. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, Instagram with a red nose. You're Snapchatting right now. I see you.
I did a live Snapchat for us
Oh,
with the red nose.
Yeah.
That actually complimented your
my yellow,
your yellow
or green, whatever
your
it
yellow.
is.
I would say that's yellow.
Is it yellow?
Is that yellow?
Tell us in the
Anyway, I'm
comment section.
Trevor Anthony. You can find me on Twitter at Trevor Anthony, on Vine at Trevor Anthony. And on Snapchat, I think I'm T Nutty's Buddies.
Is that what you are?
I think I might have to change that because it's a little long. But Snapchat.
I just did a little Snapchat. You can find us on Twitter, The Morning Score. On Twitter, at The Morning Score. You can find us on Instagram at The Morning Score Show. You can follow this conversation on Twitter at hashtag TMS Talk. And comment now that we're streaming live
We're live.
on Facebook, bitches. Oops, sorry, Mom.
We're live, bitches.
I like that. My mom was always like, I don't know why you guys have to do all that cursing. I don't
Do
know.
we curse a lot on this show?
Sometimes, but I think it's not gratuitous. But let me tell you, every time we do, she always has something to say about it.
I'm a bad influence, Mom.
No, listen. I have a dirty mouth too. Instagram, The Morning Score Show. Jarvis, our engineer Jarvis. Do you have a Facebook?
Working hard,
do you have
playing hard.
a Instagram or a?
My Instagram is JAYLV1111.
JAYLV1111. Follow our fabulous, fantastic, smart engineer Jarvis on Instagram too.
I gotta follow you on Instagram. I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a Snapchat in the meantime.
This red nose, I don't know how I sound. I feel like I have a cold.
Yes, you do. Okay, so now, tomorrow, May 26th, Thursday, May 26th, it's Red Nose Day. Let me just give you a little bit of background. I'm gonna take this shit off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom, we should have a dollar jar every time we cuss.
We should. Okay. The money raised for the Red Nose Day Fund in 2016 will go to charities working on the ground to deliver the basic needs of kids living in poverty. Proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Boys and Girls Club of America provides access to safe and enriching after-school summer programs. Did you ever go to Boys and Girls Club growing up?
I did not.
Oh, God.
Well, no. But I helped with Boys and Girls Clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it also goes to Charity Water. And Charity Water provides clean and safe drinking water to people in developing nations. The Gavi Alliance, I don't know if it's Gavi or GAVI, provides life-saving vaccines to children in poor countries. And the National Council of La Raza provides opportunities for Latino children and families. Y'all.
La raza.
Tomorrow on NBC, there's like a Red Nose concert. So you can buy these things at Walgreens. You can buy the pins. You can buy the bracelets. And so Red Nose Awareness, give money for the kids. These were $1. So every little dollar counts towards saving the kids because Trick love the kids.
I love the kids. Wait.
Trick.
That's not bad.
What else? Okay. But because
I do love children.
You know, in the most innocent way. So, but first, before we start our show, let's jump into the scores. I cannot. Yesterday's scores.
I think this is the best start to any show ever.
The red noses. Are you gonna keep your red nose?
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to
Okay.
hammer through. We'll see what happens. But
Okay.
it just sounds weird.
You go ahead with the baseball scores.
All right, baseball. The Doyers beat the Reds 8-2.
Go Dodgers.
Tampa Bay beat the Marlins 4-3. The Cubs, the best team in baseball, beats their big time rivals 12-3. The Blue Jays.
Big fatty.
Wait a second. I had the Blue Jays at Yankees tied. How does that happen?
Well, I have
The Blue Jays won that game.
No, I have Blue Jays 0, Yankees 6.
Oh, it's 0. So the Yankees. Freaking Yankees.
This is where you get your morning sports news. There you go. We're very reliable.
I think maybe I'm getting lightheaded because of the nose. The Nationals beat the Mets 7-3. Ooh, the Pirates beat up on the D-backs 12-1. Bo Sox keep it rolling 8-3 over the Rockies.
Yep.
Tigers beat the surprising Phillies 3-1.
Yep.
The Brewers beat the terrible Braves 2-1.
Come on, Braves.
Oh
What
my
the
God,
heck?
they are bad.
Sheesh.
Rangers beat the Halos 4-1. The White Sox lose to the Indians 6-2.
Yep.
That was my bet on Streak for the Cash.
You bet on that? You lost?
Yeah, but it's free. But now I have to go back to square one. Okay. Stupid White Sox.
Can you drink water and have a red nose?
Oh, multitasking, talented.
Oh.
The Royals beat the Twins 7-4. The Stros beat the Orioles 3-2. The Giants beat the Padres 8-2, and the Mariners beat the A's 6-5.
And then for some hockey, the Penguins beat the Lightning and forced that thing to Game 7, 5-2.
Game 7.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're a little salty because we are LA Kings fans.
Yes.
And so, of course, the Sharks eliminated us, and the Sharks are entering their own Game 7 on Thursday.
No, Game 6 is tonight.
Game 6 is tonight. 3-2. Yeah, you're right. Game 6 is tonight. See, again, this is why you have to watch us and get your sports news, because we know exactly what the hell we're talking about.
Well, just quickly, if Tampa wins and San Jose wins, you will have a Tampa-San Jose NHL Finals.
Snooze fest.
Oh, my God. That will probably be the lowest rated championship series
Snooze
ever.
fest. Exactly. So, there you go. That's all we got. Oh,
A non-snooze fest.
no snooze fest. Great segue. The Warriors. Hey, guys, how aggravated are you with us and these noses now? So
You can take your nose off. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's watch this.
Wiggle it just a little bit. Just a little. Oh!
I cheated. Now I don't have any makeup on my nose. It's shiny. Okay, jumping into some basketball. The Warriors. Well, the Warriors weren't playing basketball. The Warriors were playing get my ass beat last night by the Thunder, 94-118, which leads us into our conversation about the Western Conference Finals. Now, Trevor's prediction was Warriors in 6. So
Yikes.
he's already
I'm
wrong.
already out. I'm done.
You're done.
I'm out.
And Erica's prediction was Warriors in 7. So I'm still alive, but I hope that my prediction is wrong. I hope it's Thunder in 6. Let's talk a little bit about what in the hell happened. Warriors lost back-to-back games for the first time this season, and what an awful time to lose back-to-back games for the first time in the season was last night. Not only did they lose the games, they got completely blown out. Coach of the Year, Steve Kerr, says OKC is probably the longest, toughest team they faced all season. Well, duh crud. Russell Westbrook has a triple-double, 36 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. This is his 5th career triple-double in the playoffs. That looks like a misinformation right there, but whatever. Klay
Once
Thompson.
again, the accuracy of this show is
You know, this is why. This is why. Klay Thompson had 19 points in the blink of an eye in the third quarter. He tried to will those guys back to victory, period. And it's funny because I was listening to his dad, Michael Thompson, on LA Talk Sports Radio, 710 ESPN. And he was so defensive about the poor effort that the Warriors have displayed so far. But that's his baby on the team, so I get it. And then Curry, 19 points, 6 of 20 field goals, 5 assists. He was scoreless in the third quarter. Golden State had 21 turnovers. And then OKC's Andre Robertson had a career-high 17 points, 12 rebounds.
It's pathetic. Steph Curry has not scored 30 points in this entire series. The MVP, the best player.
The unanimous MVP.
The unanimous MVP of the NBA hasn't even scored 30 points.
Nope.
Where DeRozan and Lowry get to that game.
Yeah.
Later, they both scored over 30 points last game.
In the last game.
I mean, and then Draymond Green has 6 points in the past 2 games.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we were, everyone talked about whether or not he should be suspended or not. And then he got to play. You take that, kids, we love you. We love all the charities that the Red Nose Foundation supports, but look, we're over these noses. Okay? Just know we tried. Good effort. But yeah, Draymond has completely not shown up, and it was really funny because Sports Talk this morning, everyone was saying, maybe he should have been suspended. Maybe they would have had a better game. I mean, he wasn't even a factor last night.
Well, and that's another topic that our boy Colin Cowherd and I totally disagree on.
I didn't hear his take. What did
Well,
Colin
he
say
was
about the
basically saying that
suspension?
Draymond should not be suspended
Okay.
because Draymond is a star. And that was his reasoning. And I'm like, well, that sets a really bad precedent that because you're a star, you don't get suspended. I mean, to me, that just enables him to kick somebody else in the nuts. Mom, is that a swear word?
Nuts.
That's not. Nuts isn't a
I
swear
don't know.
word.
Nuts? No. I guess it depends on the context in which it's used. But yeah, I like nuts. So.
Oh, I don't know. This is the best show ever.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I have a question. I really do have a serious question.
Okay, yes.
My serious question is this: if a player gets a flagrant 2 foul in a game, you get ejected.
Yes.
So Draymond's foul was upgraded to a flagrant 2. So in a perfect world of fairness, I think that if he wasn't going to be suspended for an entire game, he should have at least been suspended for the amount of time left at the point where he committed the flagrant 2 foul.
And I totally agree with, and I would be cool with that.
Okay.
Because he clearly intentionally kicked him.
He did.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If there's you can see that there's a difference from your leg flailing and you actually going for the prize jewels.
But the excuse is that is a motion characteristic of Draymond. That's what he does when he's trying to get a call. Kind of like when James Harden is at the 3-point line, he does this little thing where he draws the foul. And so he does it so consistently that you would hesitate to think he was ever moving his body in such a way to actually cause malicious harm to another player. And that's what people who are taking up for Draymond are saying, that this is what he does. I mean,
this is what he does. He just goes around and kicks people in the balls.
That's what he does. I mean, and you're right. And Colin and even Kevin Durant kind of agreed with Colin's sentiment, saying that he understands that it's a business. Now, I do understand that it's a business, but is Draymond that big of a superstar to not get suspended? If it was Steph or Chris Paul or Damian Lillard or KD or Westbrook, I could go ahead and subscribe to the superstar theory, but has Draymond arrived to that level where you give him superstar treatment?
I don't think he's a superstar yet either. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, he's definitely a damn good player, and he's one of the best players, but I don't know if he's a superstar. Like, to me, a superstar, if you take a guy off a team and then you ship him off to Milwaukee, is he going to lead that Bucks team to the playoffs? Because a superstar is going to do that. I don't know if Draymond is an amazing player who's a necessary puzzle piece with another superstar and then another almost superstar in Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think Klay Thompson's a superstar yet.
He was last night, though.
I mean, he definitely shows signs.
Yeah, he does show signs, yeah.
But, a superstar to me also picks up where your team's flailing and takes over. Like a Westbrook, his team wasn't flailing, but, dude, he messed around and got a triple-double. I mean, these guys, you have 2 superstars on that team.
You do.
Who seem to finally have figured it out. And it's crazy.
And I think a part of OKC figuring it out is they figured out that it can't be the 2-man show. Like, you have to involve, Ibaka. You have to involve, was it Andre? Is it it's spelled Roberson or
Roberson? Yeah.
Roberson. You have to involve the other pieces. No one else on that team is as dynamic as a Westbrook or as dynamic as a KD when he's on. But it cannot be the Westbrook and Durant show. And now that Billy Donovan and the other players are buying into that system of team ball, it's making the biggest difference, and they are whipping up on some Bay Area ass. I
mean, it's kind of awesome as a Bulls fan.
Yes.
And I know you retweeted me, and I appreciate that. And you favorite, because all this chatter all year long of this Warriors team's the greatest team ever. No. No, they are not.
Yes, no.
Because the greatest team ever, yes, you had an amazing record-breaking regular season, but the greatest team ever, even if they go on to win the championship, you do not get your ass kicked and embarrassed 2 games in a row.
And one of those games at home where we don't ever lose at home. Like, well, the first game, though, it wasn't a blowout. When OKC beat them the first game, was it a blowout?
No, not the very first game.
Yeah, it wasn't a blowout.
These back-to-back.
Yeah, the back-to-back losses in Oklahoma were awful.
I mean, they were, at one point, not last night, but the game before, they were down by 41
points. It was. They were.
That's crazy.
And speaking of your Twitter, Twitter, I was saying I had to spit. Twitter had no chill last night. We had some funny tweets. I saw the Homer Simpson tweet where it has Homer Simpson and the Golden State Warriors shirt, and they show him going back and back into the bush, and then finally he's completely invisible. That's how Golden State fans are. Wow, I'm hearing some sound effects. Oh, okay. Just kidding. I didn't hear anything.
No, it was everybody was like, bing. They were liking your points.
Yeah,
so you're getting little,
I think that's what it is.
You're getting little bings.
Your tweet last night was spot on. You were saying that all these people talking about how much better than the Bulls this team, the Warrior team is. It's no, they're not, because Michael Jordan would have never gone out like this. He would have that. Those teams. Please, are you kidding me?
No, and that's the thing. Well, first of all, the Bulls, any of the championship Bulls teams with Jordan and Pippen, they were never even down in a series except once, and it was to the Lakers their very first year in the finals, and they went down 1-0.
Okay.
And then the Bulls ended up winning 4-1.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now that the Thunder are up 3-1, of course, all hell is broken loose in the entire universe. No one can believe that our little perfect Warriors, Coach of the Year Warriors, unanimous MVP, back-to-back, Steph Curry Warriors, no one can believe that this is happening. So have the Warriors squandered their opportunity to win this series? What do you really believe in your heart of hearts, of hearts?
I truly believe they're done.
Okay.
Because Steph,
done in Game 5 or Game 6 or Game 7?
I want to say 5. I mean, my gut says 5. I mean, it will probably be 6 because they'll probably show up. But I think the Thunder know that the time is now, that they cannot give, because the Warriors are so beat up. They're so mentally tasked. They were even talking about it on the broadcast last night. They have to work so hard to get shots that they're tired in the second half.
They're not used to that. And on Russell Westbrook, I've been saying for a year, it's like a wild animal. I mean, he is like an erratic, little, crazy,
he's like a Wolverine. He's like, rah, 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 rah.
He really
He's the Tasmanian devil.
He's a Tasmanian freaking devil. He is. And I don't even mean that in a derogatory way. It probably comes across as derogatory, but I mean that as the highest compliment.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's a guy who just doesn't stop.
He's one of those kids when you were in elementary
He's
school
relentless.
whose parents were like, look, they would go to the teacher and be like, look, okay, Russell has some issues, so watch him very closely because he might do something crazy.
Here's some medicine to calm him down.
Here's some medicine.
So you guys can have dinner together.
that is Russell, and that's what he's showing the court. And Steph Curry cannot keep up with that. And another great point is that, the Warriors have been all about offense, finesse, scoring 3-pointers, perimeter shooting. They move the ball well, but mostly they've made these circus shots, and now they actually have to play defense. So they're too tired to get back down the court quickly enough to set up the perfect shot. It's completely changed their game.
Well, I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I also think when you're making those crazy circus shots, it's because you're so confident. Your confidence is flowing. Their confidence is not flowing. I mean, Steph Curry, once again, how does this guy not score 30 points at all in this series? When it seemed like during the regular season, 30 points was
it was like a first half
guaranteed.
Type. Yeah.
I mean, as a gambler, I would have bet, if you said 29.5 for Steph Curry, I probably would have bet the over in every game, and I would have lost in every freaking game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think it's also interesting to see them look so defeated. And I think it's also interesting that you probably had the same conversation with some of your friends, or maybe even heard it on Sports Talk, that Luke Walton got hired as, the Lakers head coach. And for what I have been saying to anyone who will listen, all Luke Walton did was hold a clipboard. And people were like, my basketball player friends would say, well, he was doing more than that, and you actually have to draw up. Because I'm like, no, he was coaching the most coachable players during regular season. It didn't take a rocket scientist to give Steph and Clay the ball. I'm sorry,
Right.
it didn't. And so now, since Luke Walton is such a genius, where is this genius now? They're getting their asses kicked back to back. Come on, Luke Walton, the new head coach of the Lakers. Let's see how smart you are now. Draw up some schemes to stop Russell Westbrook. Draw up a scheme to stop freaking Durant and Ibaka and Adams. Like, what you got? Because you're the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. You clearly know something.
New head coach of the Lakers and coach of the year.
And then the coach of the year, and
And
Steve
they
Kerr.
can't-
Yeah.
That we talked about this on our last show. That there's this great razzle dazzle, and the Golden State Warriors are changing the face of basketball with their crazy shots. But we also talked about how at some point somebody's going to adjust to it, like the Wildcat in football. And Billy Donovan has found the adjustment.
Yeah.
He's making the adjustments, and he's making this team look mediocre.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And they're a great team.
And they are a great
And I
team.
don't want to, I don't want to play them down because it's back-to-back 2 ass whoopings. But they're obviously a great team. They had a great season. But they look like they have no idea what's going on. Oh, we got a caller.
We have
in
a
the
caller.
house.
We have a caller. You're on air live with the Morning Score with Erica and Trevor. What's up?
How you doing, Erica? This is Castor.
Castor, he's a Bulldog. University of Georgia Bulldog in the house.
Oh.
Castor, we're talking basketball. Do you want to talk Hawks? Because I know you want to talk about the Hawks, but you want to talk about actually a relevant team like the Thunder
dang.
and the Warriors. What you got?
We got jokes here, but hey, listen, the Thunder. And Erica, I've watched tons of NBA games over the last few years. Following the Hawks. And what I'll say is this mismatch. Well, it's not as big a mismatch as people think. I'm always impressed when I watch Oklahoma City as far as how athletic Westbrook and Durant and Ibaka. Like in my opinion, they are the most athletic team in the NBA. So what Steve Kerr talked about the other night, that's spot on. And we forget how many games the Thunder lost this year because they blew fourth quarter leads. And so if you figure in that they should have won half of those, their record would have been a lot closer to Golden State's than what it ended up being. So, on paper, I think we're seeing what we probably should see. Oklahoma City is a much better team than we probably give them credit for.
So, Castor, let me ask you,
So-
what is your prediction now that we're going into game 5? Wait, 6, game 6.
Game 6.
Game
No,
5.
game five.
Game 5. So, what is your prediction now? I don't know what your previous prediction was, but what is your prediction now for how this series will end?
Well, what I'm going to say first is I'm glad Oklahoma City won last night because now we get to either see Oklahoma City put a death nail in Golden State or we get to see some history and Oklahoma City blow this 3-1 lead and Golden State come back. But I actually think this is going to end in 6. And I think the Warriors will have some pride. They'll take Game 5 at home. But when we get back to Oklahoma City, it's going to be finished.
And I agree with you, Castor, because some of those games that the Thunder let up on in the fourth quarter were against the Warriors. So all they had to do was make a little tweak here or there and close it out. And hell, one of them was what we were talking about, that crazy half-court shot by Curry, to win that game. So this is awesome. I love it.
And Castor, before we let you go, give us a real quick prediction for Eastern Conference Finals. Cavs or Raptors, and in how many games?
Well, the thing that's killing me about that is, I sat here and watched Cleveland hit three-pointer after three-pointer against the Hawks, and knowing full well, Channing Frye and Amon Shumpert, those guys don't scare anybody if they're not hitting threes, which is what's happening now. I think tonight we finally see LeBron go for 40-plus and assert some dominance. He hadn't really had to do that lately because Love and Irving have been carrying the team so far. But I think this ends in 6-2. Cleveland wins tonight. Cleveland goes back to Toronto and finishes that one.
Okay.
We're probably going to see Oklahoma City and Cleveland in the finals.
All right, Castor, I got you. OKC in 6, Cavs in 6. You and I agree about Cavs in 6. So when you and I are right about Cavs in 6, I'll be sure to brag about it all over social media. Thank you, Castor, for calling in. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Castor.
Castor played football, UGA.
You know what? If we had more time, I was going to ask him how the Bulldogs were going to do this season.
You know what? He'll call back in and he'll tell you about how we're going to win this national championship. Don't worry.
Same with every Georgia fan at the beginning of
That's
every
right.
season.
And every Irish fan as well. Okay, one more question about the Warriors. Then we got to move on to the Eastern Conference. the lesser conference, the Leastern Conference.
The least.
The Leastern,
I like that. The Leastern Conference.
Hashtag trademark. If Warriors do not advance to the NBA Finals, is their entire record-breaking season in vain? They broke the Bulls' regular season record. They named Kerr Coach of the Year. Steph Curry is the consecutive MVP unanimously this year. Curry's three-point shot record-breaking season. Home record that has been basically unblemished. Is all this in vain if they do not advance to the finals?
I don't think it's all in vain because it's a great season, and unfortunately, they did beat the Bulls record,
Okay.
and it was a great season. It's almost like the Academy Awards this year. The Revenant wins Best Director of Photography. They win Best Actor. They win Best Director, but they don't win Best Picture. So you have all these pieces that you think should be a no-brainer, and then there's a little surprise at the end. So I don't think it's fully in vain, but it's just kind of a cute story now. Like, oh, you guys,
cute
hey,
story.
you guys,
I like it.
you're 73-9, and you've got the best, regular season record, and good for you, but it means nothing.
I think, I agree with you. I think I disagree. I do think it does mean something, kind of like the Patriots. Was it 16-0?
Yeah.
We talk about that, but I think it means something, but in a negative way. It means that you always have this great regular season, but you couldn't get it done. And I think people will always compare this regular season Warriors team to the Bulls team and say, but the Bulls won. And so I think it means a lot in the worst way possible.
Well, and somebody brought it up on SportsCenter, I believe, today, that even for the Patriots, they at least, when they lost it, they lost in the championship.
Good point.
Like the Warriors aren't
point.
even in, they're not even there. And they still could get there.
Yeah.
If
If any team could do it, as cliche as it sounds, it could be this Warriors team. Like if Clay and Steph both get hot one night, 2 nights, it would have to be 3 nights because they have to win the next 3 games. All of us could be eating crow big time.
Now, can I throw out my nasty
Yes.
stat now?
Yes, do your nasty
just because
stat.
it comes in to this,
Trevor's
what we're talking about right now.
nasty stat is his world, and we're all just living in it.
As a Homer Bulls fan,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, my nasty stat today is 35.
35. That would be, I'm going to guess. Okay. 35. 35 would be how many years it was before the Bulls won their first championship?
No, but that's a pretty good guess.
I don't
No,
know.
35 is the combined amount of points the Bulls lost by in 3 losses during their 95-96 run.
Oh, wow.
And the Warriors last night lost by 28. The night before, they lost by 21.
What was it, 21 or 27?
I think it was 28 last night, and then I think it was 21 the night before because they ended up,
Yeah.
they were down by 41. The Thunder just kind of let. Anyway, it was something. It's basically saying that the Bulls never got the ass beat.
Doubles.
Nope.
And
Greatest team of all time.
I'm an 80s baby, so I'm here for the Bulls going down forever as the greatest team. So I like that nasty stat. Nasty stat.
That was one of my favorite nasty stats ever.
That's a good one. I like
that
it.
was-
Leastern Conference. Trevor's prediction was Cavs in 5. Again,
Whoops.
you're out on that one too. You listen. I do really well when it comes to predictions and betting for the most part. Like I really do. Like I think. Let's see. I lost something to you. I had to buy you that alcohol. What was that? Oh, I
See,
lost.
when there's something on the line, I do so much better.
Okay. Well,
Not than you, but just for myself.
It's okay.
I do
I don't
better.
care if you talk trash on me. But when it comes to predictions and like picking overs and under, I usually do really well. So
You do.
So Erica's me, Cavs in 6. So right now I'm still alive. Surprise! Cavs and Raptors are tied 2-2. Next game is tonight, 5:30, 8:30 Eastern time. Eastern time. What has impressed or surprised you most about this Cavs Raptors series?
I'm just surprised that the damn Raptors are in this in this series.
I'm not, because about 2 months ago I said the Raptors were coming out of the East.
You did.
I did say
and
that.
And it's great. It's we forget. I apologize now, Casser, because you seem like a nice guy, but we forget. Like you watch how easily the Cavs just like swept through round 1 and round 2.
Oh,
I
God,
mean,
yeah.
It was sweeps, complete blow. I mean, it was stupid.
Yeah.
And then even the first 2 games against Toronto, It was just stupid. But the thing with this series, even in the regular season, the home teams have always won between these two teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So obviously
Yes.
that does play in favor for the Cavs.
It does because they have home court if they win tonight. Yeah.
But it just seems to me like this Cavs team's kind of like the Warriors in their mindset that they just seemed rattled. But because LeBron, where is LeBron in the fourth quarter?
LeBron did not show up in the fourth quarter of the last game, but I'm going to jump on Castor's comment where he said that he thinks that LeBron is going to have a breakout 40-point game. And I think that I do not agree with you when you said that the Cavs are looking as rattled as the Warriors. I think the Warriors look like little kids running through the dark looking for their mamas. I think that the Cavaliers have they're a little bit more sophisticated as they're losing because ultimately I don't think anyone's really checking for the Raptors to win this series. And I think that LeBron knows how to take over a game if he has to. And Kevin Love had the little tweet where he stepped on the referee's ankle and he hasn't had the best fourth quarters. But ultimately, LeBron himself could will this team to back-to-back wins because he did it last year.
And I totally agree with that. And I agree with you. And I agree with Castor. I think LeBron comes out a machine. And I'm just wondering why he didn't do it last game. And it was crazy because, and you are right, the Cavs aren't as disheveled as the Warriors because they actually fought back. Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, they took the lead in that game.
They did.
And I was sitting at Big Wang's.
Which one?
The one in Hollywood.
Okay.
And I was watching, and I was like, I'm like, Toronto, how did you screw this up? But then they fought back too.
Yeah.
So that was great. But I thought once the Cavs got that lead, it was over. I thought LeBron was then just going to take over. But no, Toronto, I mean, thing is you have to rely on DeRozan and Lowry hitting shots. And that's kind of a scary thing to rely on.
It is because when either of them is down, they are really way down. But when they're hot, they're really hot.
Yep.
And I don't know. I believe, again, I'm going to stick with my original prediction, Cavs in 6. But people don't give Lowry and DeRozan as much credit as they deserve. I mean, we have to remember the Raptors were finished second in the East. Like, they were battling the Cavs for the best record for several weeks there. So the Raptors are not a bad team. And I know that it seems so I feel like we talk about crowds and the team, the what do you call it when people come to the games? People come.
Atmosphere.
Fans.
Fans?
Atmosphere, yeah. What do you call when people come to the games? Call us fans, you dummy.
Call them people.
Call them people. When the people come watch the basketball game, it makes a difference. And that fan base, I think fan base could have been the word I was looking for, maybe.
Yeah, fan base. Yeah.
The Raptors fan base, as the young people like to say, they are lit. They're lit.
They are. They're
lit. And it's and if nothing else, on the shoulders of DeRozan and of Lowry and of DeMari, and we cannot forget to give Dwayne Casey. Is it Casey or Causey?
I think it's Casey.
We cannot forget to give him his due as well.
Oh hell, he's been awesome. And
What?
with my shirt,
What?
starting defense, Biyombo. I mean, that dude.
No.
I want a Biyombo jersey.
Not in my house. not in my house.
I mean, that block on Kevin Love.
That was awesome.
Damn.
He could be my brother too. Like we have like the same. Can we pull up a picture of Biyombo? And can we
Is it Bismack?
Bismack Biyombo? He's from
Biyombo.
the Can we do a split screen so you can see that we look like brother sister? I don't know if we have a split screen up, but if not, I think he could be my brother.
I mean, I love that dude. And nothing energizes a fan base more than defense. And I don't care. Like big threes are great, blah blah blah. But a big block, a big defense is. That's a rarity in the NBA. And so when that happens,
and his rebounding was it Dwight Howard, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Tim Duncan were the only players in the last 32 years, I believe, other than Biyombo the other night, to have 25 plus rebounds in a game, and that makes a difference. For going back to the Western Conference, that's been one of the downfalls of the Warriors. Like they aren't rebounding. All this small ball, it's not so sexy anymore. We don't have somebody to rebound, and that's what the Raptors have that has kept them in this series.
Yeah, because I mean, if you miss a shot and you can't get the board,
we got another
caller.
caller. You're on live on air with the Morning Score with Eric and Trevor. Who we got?
We got Gary from Raycross, Georgia.
Gary Franklin. I grew up with Gary. Gary, so you talking? What are you talking? You talking Eastern Conference? Or are you talking Warriors? What are you talking about?
We're talking Eastern Conference.
Okay.
I want everybody to settle down. The Cavaliers will win in 6. I agree with you, Erica. They will win in 6.
Okay.
No, I had them in 5.
Yeah, he had them in 5. Okay, so do you think that, Gary, LeBron is going to have a 40-point game tonight, or do you think it's going to be more of a team group effort?
LeBron, 30, mid 30 points, 11 rebounds, about 6-7 assists.
Oh, hold on. So Gary says 30-plus points.
Mark my words.
Hold on. How many rebounds does LeBron have tonight?
11.
and what was the last stat?
He said 6 or 7.
Six assists.
Okay, six assists. Okay, and then so you're gonna do for the finals. You're gonna say Cavs versus who? Just so we can have it on record.
I hate to say this, but Cavs versus the Thunder.
Cavs versus Thunder.
Now, why do you hate that? You want to see the Warriors?
I want to see the Warriors go, but they out of sync right now. Something ain't right with them, and you can tell. And what Russell Westbrook, he's got it now. I posted one time that a team would never win a championship without Russell Westbrook. With Russell Westbrook.
Oh.
But I'm kind of iffy now. He got it now. He's looking at the open man, and he's saying the floor good. So he'll go to the finals, but LeBron they'll win the championship.
Okay.
So you've got Cavs against the Thunder, and the Cavs beat the Thunder.
Cavs beating the Thunder.
Okay, Gary Franklin.
Good series.
I wrote it down. So when it comes time to repost this on social media, please believe you will be getting tagged in a post.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Gary, for calling in.
Okay.
Gary Franklin from my hometown.
I love that.
From Waycross.
And I love that. I love it. First thing is everybody settled down. And, the Cavs, I think they're going to win this series too.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just fun because I never thought that I'd actually go to a bar and actually care about the Cavs Raptors series.
Raptors
be like,
game.
whatever.
Seriously.
But
crazy.
it was fun to watch. I mean, I went there to watch the Cubs Cardinals, but, that game was on too. And then I saw the Raptors win. And I don't know. It's just fun to cheer against the Cavs.
I don't. You know what? As long as it's not the Warriors, I don't care who it is. Honestly.
To be, in a perfect world, I'd love to see the Thunder or Raptors, but yeah, anybody but the Warriors, and that's just the Bulls fan in me saying anybody but the Warriors.
And that's a Clipper fan in me. They're in my division, so
yeah,
go Clippers, go. Okay, so as much as we would love to keep talking basketball, we've got to move on to. What are we doing? NHL or we've already kind of talked about NHL.
Yeah.
Penguins versus. They force Game 7. I don't know. What else is there to talk about?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Go Crosby. I don't know.
The NHL's like, please, Pittsburgh, win this game.
Seriously, I know. Go Kings, go.
Oh,
I know. Okay, well, that's your hockey news for the day. Okay. Join the conversation on Twitter, #TeamUsTalk, or in Facebook. Facebook. Okay, the Bills GM says that humans should not be playing football. He says that the game of football is basically so aggressive and that the injuries are so frequent. And this comment was, he talked about this because Sammy Watkins is quote unquote injury prone. And he just basically said, what's the guy's name?
Who are we looking for?
Oh,
Wally?
Doug. Yeah, Doug. Is it
or
Wally
or Whaley?
Whaley. Doug Wally or Whaley. Yeah, the Bills GM said that. I don't know.
He's the GM for the Bills.
Okay.
We don't need to know how to pronounce his name.
Okay, that's it. So that's all we have to say about that. But go.
No, first of all, I love that this guy is, sticking up for the players.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a crazy statement that humans shouldn't be playing football. Humans shouldn't be doing a lot of things that we do.
We shouldn't be.
But there's also, the crazy thing is they need to figure out the damn concussion problem. They definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
But I want everybody, I'm going to use a little Gary and say, everybody slow down for a second, because I heard a stat that there's more concussions in soccer than there are in football.
Well, soccer players probably have concussions because they flop so much. They probably give themselves concussions. They're idiots.
Because they're fake whiplash. But I'm just glad that the NFL and, well, not the NFL, because the NFL horrible trying to lie about shit and taking their money back and all that. I'm glad that the government, and I hate when government steps in, but sometimes they have to. It's like, don't take your money back that you promised.
Yep, because the NFL
for research.
In 2012, they donated tens of millions of dollars to concussion research, and allegedly they basically blah, 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 blah. I can't talk when you have a red nose. It's hard to talk. It's difficult. Basically, the NFL is like paying doctors who are associated with the concussion research to not be completely forthcoming. And at this point, we know the dangers of playing football. And if you're playing football, if your kids play football, you just have to be prepared for the worst case scenario, whether it's brain injury, whether it's, depression down the line in their lives because they're being affected by reoccurring brain injuries, whether it's, God forbid, paralysis. Like, there's so many things. And then people say, take my nose off for this one. People say, well, you could die in a car accident, or you could die in a plane crash, or you could die walking down the street. Yeah, you could. But you could also get injured repeatedly playing a sport that you don't have to play. So I love football. Like, let me tell you, I'm like, that's my favorite. College football is my favorite. I will be there for every single Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. But you know what you're dealing with.
Well, and that's the whole thing. And those people that say, oh, you could die, walking down the street. Yes, but you're not putting yourself in a worse situation just walking down the street. You're living your life walking down the street.
Unless you're walking down Santa Monica and Highland at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, there are definitely places that you should be walking down that you're putting yourself at a higher risk. But playing football, the thing is, it's like eating fast food. It's like drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what you're doing to yourself. You choose to do it. And, for these football players, they love the sport.
Yep.
They now know the ramifications of it. But they are gladiators, and they get paid millions of dollars.
Yes. They take care of their families,
yes,
of their crews, whatever. Listen, if I could play football, I might say that would be a fair trade for me. I might trade my brain health to make $70 million before I was 27. Heck yeah.
Well, yeah, there's risk and there's reward. And you could also do it like some of these other guys who play for maybe 4 to 5 years.
Yep.
Are set for life, and then they get out.
Get out. Oh, I'm looking for my notes, just in case you're just tuning in. Let you know why we're wearing the red noses. Red noses.
But I think the big problem was in the early days, people didn't know. Now you know, so now it's your decision.
And now it's your decision. Yes, no matter what the NFL is lying and saying to you, you know what the deal is. Again,
yes.
For those of you guys just tuning in, we're wearing red noses because tomorrow is Red Nose Day in America. And all the money, all the proceeds that you go for buying a red nose go to help kids living in poverty. Okay.
This is like Patch Adams.
Patch
Did
Adams.
you ever see the movie Patch Adams?
I didn't see the movie Patch Adams. Don't look at me like that. Listen, anyone who knows me, and Trevor, you should know this by now, I don't really watch movies.
All right, well, just in honor of Red Nose Day,
okay,
you've got to go home and watch Patch Adams.
Okay.
It's with the late Robin Williams.
Oh,
It's an amazing movie about a doctor who believed in healing powers of a good attitude.
Oh, I like that.
It's amazing. It's such a good movie. Check it out.
Is it better than Mrs. Doubtfire? Speaking of Robin Williams, I love Mrs. Doubtfire. That's one of my favorite movies.
I'm going to say yes, it's better.
I don't believe you.
Well, now you're going to have to go watch it and find out.
Okay.
Oh, IndyCar?
IndyCar. Oh my God, IndyCar. Yes.
Just throw it out a little bit before.
Do some IndyCar because we're done with football. I mean, there's nothing else really to talk about.
100th running of the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in sports.
I was just getting ready to ask you, where is it?
Well, somebody wrote on Facebook, a buddy of mine was on Facebook. He's like, hey, is anybody going to the Indianapolis 500? And his buddy replied, I don't like NASCAR. I was like, oh, my God.
No.
I'm going to go through that internet and punch you. It is sold out for the first time ever, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But it's such a massive event that the fact that it's sold out that's crazy in itself.
How many people? How many people does the place seat?
I don't seating. I mean, I'm going to say I know they always estimate inside the entire is probably like 400,000 to 500,000.
Dang.
I mean, it is
really.
It's crazy.
400 to 500. That's the biggest fire hazard in the nation right there.
Well, the place is massive.
Don't go.
I mean, it's a 2-mile track.
Are
so
you going?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm on a plane tomorrow morning.
Are you hosting?
Yes.
Yay! Hell to the yeah.
I'll be there for Honda, which happens to be on the pole.
I like that.
James Hinchcliffe,
Okay.
rocking it. Freaking pumped. This guy, James Hinchcliffe, fun story for everyone. To think of this guy's last 5 years. 5 years ago, Hinch and I were in St. Petersburg. He didn't have a ride yet. He came into the fan village where I was the host, and he co-hosted with me
Aw.
for about an hour, hung out, and now the dude is on the pole for the Indianapolis 500.
Pull the tape. Pull the tape.
Pull the tape. Guy couldn't
wanna see that.
be a nicer guy. I mean, a lot of fun story. Florence Henderson is the Grand Marshal.
Oh,
Her
nice.
little Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Darius Rucker is singing the national anthem.
Only want to be with you.
Wagon wheel.
Who's going to win? Who's your prediction?
So this year, okay, so my two favorite, now that I don't actually work for IndyCar, I can say this. My two favorite drivers overall are Hinchcliffe and Simon Pagenaud.
Okay.
I would say, Hinch is on the pole. I'm going to say, last year I predicted actually Juan Pablo Montoya.
You did.
And he did win.
I remember that, actually. You did.
So
who's your prediction?
Simon Pagenaud is actually going for his third victory in a row. I'm gonna go with Simon.
And who's the other guy?
But go with Hinchcliffe is a great bet.
Who's the number 3 person? That's what I want to go with.
Who's in the car number 3?
Well, no. I guess no. Who's another top contender? Who's like the third top contender?
Well, Elio Castroneves is always somebody.
That's what I'm going with.
He's trying to win his 4th, and only 3 other drivers ever won 4 Indy 500s.
Well, this weekend history is going to be made because Castroneves
is going to win the 4th.
Is going to win.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's going to win his 4th. And you're predicting Simon, so you're wrong.
But how great would that be if Elio won his 4th during the 100th running?
That's what's going to happen.
It'd be
there.
pretty sweet.
And I called it first. I don't know what the hell we're talking about right now.
Well, I'll just say this too: Chris Pine,
I don't
actor.
know.
You don't know the actor
Chris Pine. I thought you meant the driver. Yes, I know Chris Pine, actor. Yes.
He's waving the green flag, which means he started the race.
Okay. I thought you said Florence Henderson was
Star Trek
doing it.
No, she's the Grand Marshal, so she
Okay.
she gets brought out and does the parade and does drivers to your car. Only one female driver this year.
Who? Danica?
Pippa Mann.
Pippa Man. Let's go, Pippa.
Pippa Mann. I'll be interviewing Pippa
Oh.
on Friday, I believe.
Follow Trevor on Snapchat.
Yeah, follow me on Snapchat and Twitter.
Yeah.
And Pippa at Pippa Mann.
At Pippa Man. We're going to
My nose just hit the mic.
Right?
But it's going to be awesome. Everybody tune in to ABC.
What time? Sunday.
Let's see. Like around 11.
Okay.
ABC 11, Indianapolis 500 coming at you.
Would you rather?
Okay, this is going to be fun.
Okay, would you? And if you can throw some more in here. I just put some randoms in there, but whatever. I'm gonna go the first. Would you rather? Would you rather is our fun little game we play here at the Morning Score with Eric and Trevor. You've got 2 options. Pick one. You guys can play along too in the
I
comments.
play along at home.
Yeah. Okay. Ask your coworkers. Play in the Facebook comment section.
Yeah, tweet us.
Tweet us.
What would you do?
Would you rather, Trevor? Would you rather your favorite MLB team, the Cubs, win back-to-back World Series this year and next, or would you rather me give you a $75,000 check right now?
This was the hardest one out of all of these.
I know.
Because the way that I see it, if I take the $75,000 check from you, the Cubs could always win the World Series later.
But would you be alive to see it?
That's true.
Because it's been like, what,
That's playing with fire.
108 years?
God, 75,000. Amy would kill me for saying this. But I'm going to say go Cubs! Woo!
You see, this is what's wrong with men today.
I've already started. Don't tell Amy. She's probably watching.
Okay.
But I'm starting a Cubs in the World Series fund.
Okay.
Where I put just a little bit of cheddar away each paycheck. So if the Cubs do, in fact, get to the World Series this year, I'll have money to get there to a game.
That's very smart. Okay. That's funny. Okay. You asked me a question.
All right, all right.
I don't have a favorite baseball team, so I can't even answer that.
No, but this one's kind of funny because
What?
I know I wouldn't even hesitate with this, but
Okay.
I'm curious what you would say. Would you rather spend 24 hours with Stephen A. Smith or Charles Barkley?
I would rather spend 24 hours with Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, so I used to work downtown at this awful bowling alley, an awful high-end bowling alley. I'm not going to say the name. but it's awful.
I'm going to say I'm feeling lucky.
There you go. Awful because the management was awful. But anyway, and I hope you're watching. And Charles came in. Take my nose off for this one. Charles came in to the place I was working, and he came in with Stan from ESPN.
Stan Verrett.
And Charles and like the little TNT crew. But it was
Oh,
but it was
sweet.
just Charles. And we were already closed. And they were knocking at the door. And it was like me and a bartender. And I was like, yo, that's Charles Barkley. So it was like 20 minutes past close. No one else was there. We were literally getting ready to walk out in like 10 minutes. We let all them in. We served them. Like they stayed for like 15 minutes. I have a picture somewhere. I have to find it out. We'll bring it for next show, whatever. And then like they hung out for like 15, 20 minutes, the whole crew, and they drank. And I talked to Charles Barkley, and then they did the little TNT show the next day from the center of LA Live. And like I went down and like waved, and I was like, ah. So, and he was so funny. He was just like a big, nice, fun, funny, charismatic guy.
Did they tip you?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? Honestly, I don't even think that we even had registers open. So I think they just were just throwing money. So yes.
Here's a funny thing, and I won't say the name because I don't want Charles to get bombarded.
Okay.
But Amy's cousins own a restaurant,
Okay.
and every Thanksgiving, Charles actually goes to their restaurant and like hangs out with people. Like they say he's just the coolest
He
guy
He
in
is.
the world. And I want to go there one time and just hang out on the day that Charles can be there, just have some cocktails with him.
So your answer is obviously Charles as well.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I can't stand Stephen A.
Oh
Smith.
God, yeah. Okay. Okay.
I would probably murder myself
Would you? Huh?
by that
Don't do that.
after 24 hours with Stephen A. Smith.
Okay, so we have time for what more would you rather? We can both answer this one. Would you rather watch 2 hours of NFL OTAs on television or watch a WNBA game from start to finish?
I'm gonna go NFL OTAs.
Would you guys rather watch 2 hours of NFL OTAs or watch a WNBA game?
And how about yourself?
NFL OTA. Like, I would rather watch 4 days of the combine than watch a WNBA game. Which I do. I watch the combine every year, and I have not watched a WNBA game from start to finish ever in my life.
All right, let's see. Oh, okay. This was a tough one.
Okay.
This was a tough one. Would you rather sit at a ballpark for 17 innings, a la the Padres Doyers, or watch an overtime NFL game at the frozen tundra in sub-zero temps?
You know, black people don't like cold weather. So I'm going to have to go with the 17 innings because that 17-inning game happened to be in California. So
And it was a beautiful day.
it was a beautiful day. As long as I have some beer left over before the 7th inning closing of the concessions, I'm going to go 17 innings.
See, and I think that was my tipping point is, one, Green Bay, the frozen tundra would just be awesome. I've always wanted to go to a game there. And that chill would suck.
It would be
But,
horrible.
and I've never been to Lambeau, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they serve beer up until like the game is over at Lambeau.
Okay.
And in Dodger Stadium, at the 7th inning, and then you got 10 more innings
10
without
more
any
innings.
beer. That would just suck.
You better get your airplane bottle of vodka or whiskey out of your purse.
Or if you're going to Lambeau in all of that gear,
Yeah.
there's no way they can search all of you. So you probably have a little something hidden away.
We're done for the day. Thank you for watching The Morning Score with Erica Trevor. Go to Walgreens, buy your red nose, and support the kids. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, and on Instagram. Thank you, callers, for watching and for
That was
commenting.
awesome.
It's awesome.
I'm Trevor. You can find me on Twitter at Trevor Anthony. And also a little shout out. I love this t-shirt, Starting Defense. You can check it out. Check them out at Urban Game Day. They've got all sorts of fun shirts.
Not an official sponsor, but hopefully they soon will be.
Yeah.
And you can follow Morning Score on Twitter at The Morning Score. You can follow Morning Score on Instagram at The Morning Score Show. Join the conversation on Twitter, #TMS Talk, and talk to us on Facebook. Until next time, guys. See ya.
Starting Defense, place at the table. Did you ever see the movie Program?
Sorry, Trevor. This is the song from the commercial, the car commercial. You know what?
Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night.
My favorite part's coming up.
Don't even know.
I can make your hands clap.
Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, 'cause you've been something good.